I think the first thing I want to say is that this has been a really challenging season for us, and we saw a lot of things happen during this year that we needed to overcome and endure and get through, and I think this game today was almost a microcosm of this season. Um, the slow starts, getting in our own way, um, making it hard on us at times when we really, it wasn't about the opponent, it was about us. There's a lot of stuff that kind of showed up again today, and us roaring back in the second half and coming back, well, that doesn't surprise anybody. We know we can do that, and not that it still isn't exemplary to do stuff like that, but it took that today, and our guys rallied and we came roaring back and gave ourselves a chance to win the football game all the way to the last moment, and that's not surprising. It's disappointing, though, that we weren't able to change kind of the narrative of the way the games went, and so we looked terrible in the first half today, and then we came roaring back, and I mean, it didn't even look like the same team, and I'd like to say it's the halftime speeches, but it's there's something about us, and it's a good thing. The good thing is that we can come roaring back, and we got it in us to play well, and happy for in a way for Bruce. He's had a terrific career. I don't know what he's going to do, but kind of seemed like they were hugging it up like it was over. I don't know. We'll find out. But it's more about moving ahead. I say it's a difficult year, and that's because of the guys that we were unable to keep with us. And they're in the locker room today, but they couldn't help us. And it's just unfortunate that we weren't quite there to get it all together the way we want to. So. And I understand that Atlanta won today, and we weren't going to have an opportunity to move on. But really, that wasn't a factor at all in the way we played or the way we prepared. I'm so surprised that we played so, like we did today, because we were so ready and we practiced so well and we prepared so well, but it just didn't come out right until the end, and it's unfortunate. So it's a difficult time for our fans. I'm disappointed for them because they came out there ready to crank it up and win a big game today, and with the highest of hopes as we did, and we didn't sync it up the way we wanted to.
What was kind of your message to the team in the locker room following the game?
Really that the way that they showed the fight and the belief and the resolve to keep coming back, and despite all the odds that we had stacked up against ourselves in the first half, man, they turned it and came right back, and you could feel the energy and the juice and the change and all of that shift that happens so classically for us in this stadium, and the fans felt it, and we rode the energy and all of that, and I was really proud that it happened again, but unhappy that at the end of it, we got in our own way again and didn't finish the game like we wanted to.
What did you do better in the second half?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything better.
Pete, were you aware at all what was going on in Atlanta?
I did know, yeah.
A couple of penalties were.
It was interesting how little impact that had. It had no impact at all. I knew after we get, I don't know, around after halftime or something like that, it had no impact. It meant nothing.
A few key penalties down the stretch, something like Thomas.
Oh, so disappointed in the three penalties. They were all just, getting off the field position changes. We were in scoring zone, with Thomas's. But again, that goes back. This is a year, for whatever reason, we've been last in penalties before when we won world championships. That we understand how that sometimes it factors, sometimes it doesn't. In this season, with the margin of error we had, we weren't able to overcome that stuff, and it's just an area of our football that has to change. And I got to get that done. I got to get that changed.
Having so many injuries to the defense, is there any promising signs of how some of the guys stepped up and filled in for them, especially?
Of course there is. I mean, I hope I didn't leave you with that thought. Look at all the stuff that's happened. Look at the great play that we got from Shaq during this season, and Bradley McDougall in this season, and Frank Clark taking over for Cliff as the lead rush guy, and all the guys that were able to step in and do wonderful things. Justin Coleman played great for us. So. Yeah, that on the defensive side in particular, it showed up because that's where we took the biggest hits. These guys were stellar in the way that they stepped up. I mean, they're great players they replaced, and they played like it, and allowed us to still be there, battling, clawing, and scratching, all the way throughout.
Shaq in particular, just the growth he had this season.
Yeah, he had a fantastic cover game today. Yeah, I thought Maxey did too, but. he's had a great season. He really has a great future. I've tried to explain to you guys his mentality is so on point. He's so clear thinking and poised that he has nothing to get in the way of a great career. Should be a fantastic player.
After the first half, can you talk about adjustments offensively that kind of got things going, or did you just get out of your way in the second half?
No, there's always things, Steve. You know, we had some runs we didn't get run in the first half. We thought that would work. I thought the running game really came to life in the second half, and you could see that we can come off the football. We haven't, you know, we just needed it. We never got started in the first half because of the situations. That was a big thing that has been, you know, kind of voided in this season. You know, we have not been able to find the consistency in the running game that complements the rest of our play, and you can see when it's there, you can see the difference in our club, and so it's been a struggle, and we've been battling at it, and I was glad that it showed up. You can see that's how it turned it around. We'd gone into the game with that thought it was going to be necessary, and we just didn't get the shot at it to make it happen in the first half.
What do you think has been the biggest factor in that, the running game this season?
There's a number of things. You know, I think there's a number of things. We'll talk about that later.
Blair Walsh, I mean, the season he had this year, I guess was kind of...
Yeah, you know, first thing I thought is I felt, you know, so bad for him because he's trying to get out of this, you know, this thing, and he just didn't get to put it to rest today. You know, he battles and competes his tail off to do well, and he wants to do great for everybody and all that. And, you know, there's a kick, you make it, and, you know, maybe you leave the rest of the stuff behind, you know, and he didn't get to do that today. He's a good competitor, and just, you know, breaks my heart that he wasn't able to get that done.
What did you see on Doug Baldwin's second touchdown, Russell's throw, and then his
I thought
ability to get away
Doug
from
just put an exclamation point on another great season. He's such a great player for us. You know, getting open on the corner route, that's one thing, and that was great execution by both guys. But the throw and the catch and the finish and the, you know, staying in bounds was just extraordinary. It was this exquisite football, and well, against the, you know, one of the best cover guys in the world. And at the time, the moment, it was a perfect moment. And but it's not surprising. He's capable of it, and those two guys are so connected and all, and you could see it in their look on the sidelines following that. It was really special.
Good for Tyler to end the season with play, but you said it's been kind of a tough year for him coming back.
Yeah, but Tyler has done a remarkable job this season, guys. I don't know if you know that he hasn't been able to be the same as he's been physically, and he's just had to endure it and make it through it. And every week has been a battle for him, and he just keeps showing up and playing like crazy. You know, I didn't know if he was going to have the Jets to finish it off. I mean, he outran a couple great football players there on his kickoff return, and showed that, you know, he has all the speed that you need. And he's a great player for us, and we're thrilled that he had a chance to keep us in the game. He really kept us in the game all through the first half. That touchdown, without that touchdown, it would have been really, really difficult.
Sorry if you asked this, but what your message to the players after the game?
Yeah, we talked about, you know, how we had found a way to, again, to kind of be what we were in this season. It was kind of a microcosm of the year, you know, that we started slow and had to battle back and come through at the end and make a big fourth quarter finish and all that. And at the end of it, we made a couple of mistakes, you know, with the penalties that happened to us that got in the way again. And the margin of errors has been too slight, you know, for that to, it kept us from being really a couple games ahead of where we are right now, where we'd be in great shape.
You sent out a tweet before the game, but addressing the rumor about your...
That was a good tweet, didn't you think?
Yeah.
I like that one. It was right on the point. That's it. See ya.
Thank you.